Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Today we are not taking care of anything on the old LB7 that we just got last week, but we are using it to be transporting. We are going to be taking my father-in-law's rear axle out of his 6.0 2006 2500 GMC Sahara. It grinds when he goes forward, it clunks when he goes in reverse. It's going to be interesting if we can open that up today and take a look at it. I actually will link Josh's video below because he did a really good job on it as well. So make sure you go ahead and watch this video, watch his video. I preach it all the time. If you're doing something for the first time, please watch other people's videos so that way you get a good understanding of everything you have to do and maybe pick up some tricks, different tricks and tips from other guys too. So we're going to go ahead, take the LB7, get that over to my father-in-law's. Got my angle grinder ready because I'm sure we're gonna have to cut something off. And of course, as long as you guys know, this is going to be a Kroil sponsored video, so make sure you guys go ahead and check yourself out a can of Kroil. I'll leave a link down in the description below for Amazon as well as their website. You can go ahead and check out exactly what they have for different products and stuff like that. But I'm going to definitely be using a lot of this because this rear end is extremely rusty. Safety first. All right, so we got truck jacked up, tires trucked. Now we got to go ahead and take these wheels off, and then we're going to start disconnecting all the brake lines. And that is the importance of using anti-seize. So we're gonna go ahead and take our Kroil, and we are gonna spray all of our brake line components down. We're gonna spray our e-brake down. We're gonna spray this brake line down. Hopefully, it's pretty rusty. Hopefully we can save it. I don't have high hopes though, because this is pretty bad. But we're gonna spray our calipers down, get our calipers off, disconnected. This one we're gonna have to spray down. Yeah.
I'm surprised. Oh my God. Really? There's just nothing.
There's nothing left there, yeah. All right, so we got the new axle right here. Well, new but used, and then this is the old one. I'm gonna put the calipers on, the old calipers, because this one had old nasty drums that are just, obviously you guys can see over here, these things are just destroyed and useless. So we're gonna reuse the calipers, reuse those. We got new shocks coming, as well as some gear oil, because we're gonna drain this gear oil and put new gear oil in it. It's from a 2003 GMC Sahara 2500 HD. It's going in a 2006. This only has 75,000 miles on it. It was a work truck. It was a farm truck. She spins great. Everything works as it should. And everything works absolutely beautifully here. So hopefully we can get this put back in the right way. He was cutting a wire and it blew up in his face.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he all right?
Yeah, he's fine. He was just telling me about it. What he did and what he shouldn't have done. Well, that was a first. That was a first. All right, so we've got the old oil all drained out. We've got the back opened up. We brake cleaned everything, got it all nice and clean. Cleaned off the cover, scraped the old gasket out. Now we're gonna go ahead, put the new gasket on, put the cover back on. These bolts will be 10 foot-pounds, I believe it is. And then we're gonna go ahead and put the new oil in and get this thing installed. So we've got the axle in, I'm sorry, but it took 2 people to get it in, to wheel it in there. The U-bolts we've got in, the U-bolt torque spec on the bottom nut is gonna be 274 foot-pounds. These U-bolts are new U-bolts. Do not reuse your old U-bolts, because you torque it down so far that it twists the U-bolt, and if you re-torque it down, you risk snapping your U-bolt in the future. So that way it's very important to get new U-bolts and nuts and washers as well. We've got the drive shaft back in here, and those drive shaft straps, those are 11mm. I forgot to tell you guys, it's a slip yoke up front, just like our trucks. It works the same way. If you want to know how to redo your U-joints, just go ahead and watch the video that I did on that. It's a really good video. Really good step by step. So now that we got the new U-bolts on, we've got the axle aligned. I do want to say that when you do put the new axle on, there's a nut that goes through your leaf springs here, and in the axle part right here, that nut will fall right in that center hole, and that's how you make sure you have your perfect alignment on your axle, and that way it's almost foolproof, you guys. So next step, we're gonna go ahead, get all our brake lines put back together. I lied. we're going to do the shocks first. These are his old shocks. Those ones are really used up and probably haven't been changed in well over 10 years. So we got everything in now. We got the new shocks on. We got all the e-brakes put back together, which, heads up, the e-brakes are a pain in the ass to do. So if you don't want e-brakes, I wouldn't hook them up because they're a pain. But anyways, we got those brakes on, we got the e-brakes on, we got it all factory run in the factory locations like it was originally. The only thing is here is this one was all rusted out, so this brake line has to get completely replaced, and he'll do that in the future. My father-in-law is good at working on vehicles and doing that kind of stuff, so he knows how to bleed a brake line. So it's not a big deal, but like I said, new shocks, new U-bolts, brake rotors, use the old ones. Use the old calipers. Realistically, you guys, this really isn't that bad of a job. A second person always helps. I would highly suggest using a second person if you can. When it comes down to it, it's realistically disconnecting brake lines. You have 4 bolts on your U-bolt, 4 bolts on the other side for the U-bolt. And you gotta disconnect your shocks, move everything out of the way, and just go ahead and pull the axle on out, put the new one back in, line those bolts up on the leaf springs, put your U-joints back on, tighten them down to 274 foot-pounds, then put your shocks back on, reroute all your brake lines, put your drive shaft back on. Really, really simple job, you guys. It helps to have a second set of hands. For the most part, I did this by myself. My father-in-law did help me pull the axle out, put the new one in, but other than that, it's really not that bad of a job. I would highly suggest watching another person's video. Like I said, I'll link Josh's video below, so make sure you watch his as well. He will show you a little more closer clips here and there. I just didn't really have the time today to do a really in-depth review on it. I do plan to completely rebuild mine, so look forward to one day. I don't know if it'll happen this year. Hopefully this year. We're going to pull mine out and rebuild the internals myself. Order all new parts, ring gear, and all that. Pinion yoke, everything like that myself. So look forward to that hopefully in the future. Cross my fingers, but I don't know if it'll happen this year or not because of all the body work that I plan on doing. That's going to take up a lot of the budget, and I don't want to go over budget because that is very important to YouTube and social media, and making sure you stay within budget so you don't blow yourself out of no content. But we're going to go ahead, get this axle scrapped out, put the tires back on, and that's going to be it, you guys. So once again, I apologize that this probably wasn't the best how-to video. But like I said, always watch how you do things. Watch other people's videos. Be safe. Make sure you chalk your vehicle. Make sure you put your jacks on. Secondary jacks when it's only yourself. Always be safe. I can't express that enough. The right tool for the right job is huge. If you have rust, make sure you're wire wheeling all your bolts to make sure you don't strip those out, because it's really easy to do that. So that being said, have yourselves a great night, and we'll see you in the next video.